Hey adrenaline junkies, welcome to Kaza 911 police chase. On December 18th, 2025, at approximately 5:37 p.m. in Little Rock, Arkansas, USA, a state trooper initiated a traffic stop on a black Dodge Challenger for excessively dark window tint. What seemed minor quickly took another turn. When emergency lights were activated, the driver refused to yield and sped through residential streets, ignoring traffic controls and placing the surrounding neighborhood at risk. Every block tightened the tension.
Speed 58, light traffic. That's right. Down on 12, going westward. Correction, keep on. We're still going south on Adams.
To prevent further danger, the trooper executed a tactical vehicle intervention, guiding the vehicle off course and bringing it to a stop near a residential mailbox. The chase ended before it could spread further.
Yeah. Let me see your hands! Going on foot. You see your fucking hands!
The driver fled on foot, but was quickly taken into custody without further incident. Investigators later confirmed the vehicle was uninsured, had extreme window tint, and safety violations. What began as a simple stop ended as a lesson in how small choices can quickly grow into serious consequences.
I'll be at the address of 1701 Adams.
Stay with us for more real-life moments and meaningful lessons. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.
I'm not trying to fight with you. I'm not trying to fight with you, sir. Please, sir, don't hurt me. I'm not trying to fight with you. I got my keys in my pocket up here. Can you put my teeth in my mouth, please? This my girl, man. You got no kids in the car. Fucked up my car. Yo, dumb ass. Bro, listen. Can I ask you something? No, you can't.
On December 16th, 2025, at approximately 1:43 a.m., near Asher Avenue and Fair Park in Little Rock, Arkansas, USA, officers observed a silver Dodge Durango traveling at a high rate of speed without a visible license plate. The quiet of the early morning didn't last long. When emergency lights were activated, the driver refused to stop and accelerated through city streets, reaching speeds over 90 miles per hour. An initial intervention attempt failed, and the vehicle continued pushing deeper into residential areas.
Little Rock, Pennsylvania, 53, Brown, 1937.
Coming up on Roosevelt now.
Roosevelt, TBI, coming up on Roosevelt.
Near the intersection of Wright Avenue and Woodrow Street, officers executed a coordinated tactical vehicle intervention, bringing the Durango to a stop, surrounded by multiple units. The tension peaked as commands echoed through the night.
No traffic. 31, I'm in the middle of Woodrow right now.
You see your hands, man? Show me those fucking hands! Show me your hands! Up! 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 Keep them up! Keep your hands up! Keep your fucking hands up! I'll shoot you in the fucking face! Show me your hands!
3 occupants were detained. 2 passengers complied immediately, while the driver hesitated and made repeated movements inside the vehicle before finally surrendering. Everyone was taken into custody without further harm. a reminder that patience and teamwork can bring even the most tense moments back under control.
Okay. Hands up and walk to us.
Yes, sir. You know what the fuck wrong with
Turn around, face away, walk back. Put your hands up, do it now. Stop.
Okay.
This hand.
I ain't did that.
Driver, do not put your hands down.
I don't know why he did that running and shit.
Now, what up, buddy? What's up, man?
I'm sorry, y'all.
Kind of didn't do nothing.
The
run?
Just go.
Oh, yep. It's not drop back from. Okay. Huh? Not bad. You're like...
On December 17th, 2025, at approximately 11:30 p.m. on Baseline Road in Little Rock, Arkansas, USA, an officer observed a silver Honda Civic drifting out of its lane multiple times. Late-night roads often reveal what daylight hides. When emergency lights were activated, the driver failed to stop and continued onto Hilaro Springs Road, gradually increasing speed. The quiet street turned tense as the vehicle ignored clear signals to pull over.
Baseline Hilaro Springs, Arkansas, Adam Tom, Henry 23, Charles, ATH 23C, silver Honda Civic.
To prevent further risk, the officer performed a controlled tactical vehicle intervention, causing the Civic to rotate and come to a stop. Even then, the driver hesitated, distracted, and repeatedly ignored verbal commands.
TVI, Hilaro Springs.
Let me see your hands!
The driver was taken into custody safely. During medical evaluation, he admitted to using substances earlier that day. No other motorists were affected, a quiet ending that underscored how quickly impaired decisions can unravel on an empty road.
Sit up. Sit up. You been drinking? No. No? No. No cervezas? No. All right. Get over here. Quit jerking on me.
On January 16th, 2021, at approximately 9:17 p.m. on GA 96 near Brown Road in Talbot County, Georgia, USA, officers were conducting a supervisor-approved road check when a black Hyundai Elantra approached and stopped short multiple times. The hesitation itself raised concern. As an officer approached, the driver suddenly accelerated and fled eastbound. The vehicle weaved across lanes, forcing other drivers to make abrupt corrections as the pursuit crossed into Taylor County. After a truck was forced off the roadway, officers determined the risk had escalated. On a clear stretch near mile marker 2, a pit maneuver was initiated. The first attempt failed, but moments later a second unit applied continuous contact, guiding the vehicle into the median and bringing it under control. The driver, identified as Bethany Dowdell, admitted she fled due to license and insurance issues. Officers noted signs of recent substance use, and a blood test was later conducted. The road grew quiet again, a reminder that avoidance often multiplies consequences rather than escaping them. Stay with us for more real-life moments and meaningful lessons. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.
Don't put your hands down.
Don't put your fucking hands down.
On December 18th, 2025, at approximately 2:06 a.m., on Interstate 40 near North Little Rock, Arkansas, USA, a white Chevrolet Malibu was clocked traveling well above the posted limit. The highway was mostly empty, but the risk was anything but small. When officers attempted a traffic stop, the driver accelerated and merged aggressively, ignoring multiple signals. Speeds climbed past 100 miles per hour as the vehicle cut through the night, leaving little room for error. Near a construction zone with narrowed lanes, officers made the decision to end the pursuit before conditions worsened. Using a coordinated maneuver, units boxed in the Malibu and guided it to a controlled stop on the shoulder. The driver exited slowly, visibly shaken. No one else was involved, no further damage occurred. As the highway lights hummed overhead, the moment felt less like an ending and more like a pause for reflection. Sometimes, the bravest outcome isn't escape, but choosing to stop before everything unravels. On September 12, 2023, at 11:11 p.m. in Kent County, Michigan, USA, deputies located a stolen Dodge Durango parked at a mire on 17 Mile Road. A quiet night quickly shifted into high alert.
44, we're taking off through the Meyer parking lot. Speeds are 29.
Copy, taking off to the Meyer parking lot, speeds are 29 US per mile. We'll hold the air, 40, 46, copy.
Deputy Zymkowski attempted a traffic stop, but the driver refused to comply and sped away. The roar of the engine cut through the night, and the chase was on, sirens echoing, tension building with every turn.
Almost back out 17 mile. Looks like we're gonna go towards the highway.
I'm going eastbound.
The Michigan State Police soon joined in, executing not one but two pit maneuvers to bring the SUV under control. The suspect then jumped out, attempting to flee on foot. For a moment, it seemed he might slip away into the darkness.
Copy, good pit, roll, we'll get medical.
Disregard. Pull back over. They're now going to go northbound.
Copy, it's going back northbound.
Good pit. We're going to get blocked in.
Copy, getting it locked in.
But after a short chase, deputies deployed a taser, ending the pursuit safely. The suspect was taken into custody without further incident. Another reminder that while flight might feel like an escape in the moment, accountability always waits at the end of the road.
Hands up! Get on the side, right now, Gunnison!
it. I think I'm not stuck here. You guys all parked over there?
I think
he's got probes in him.
I think they just hit his jacket. I don't really know.
On June 5th, 2022, at 7:43 p.m. in Atlanta, Georgia, USA, a state trooper observed a motorcycle weaving recklessly through traffic on Interstate 7585 near Langford Parkway. The rider ignored lights and sirens, and the pursuit began.
I-20 at Lee Street.
Chop 20 on Lee Street.
Crazy could be slowing down. Stand by.
The motorcycle accelerated onto I-20 westbound, cutting across lanes, speeding the wrong way on Oak Street, and darting through the crowded West End Mall parking lot. Every move put others at risk, raising the stakes with each turn.
Taking right on Oak Street. Keep going to the parking lot.
Georgia State Patrol units joined the chase. The rider pushed past 100 miles per hour on I-20 eastbound, trying desperately to escape. But as he exited onto Jonesboro Road, Corporal Smith closed in. With careful timing, he managed to bring the motorcycle to a safe stop.
We're taking a right, going northbound on Jonesboro Road. Right. He's slowing down. Pull over.
The rider, identified as Alexander Aldridge of Jonesboro, was arrested without further struggle. He was wanted for failing to appear in court and now faces charges of reckless driving, fleeing law enforcement, and license violations. A reminder that reckless choices on the road can end not only with flashing lights, but also with lasting consequences. Stay with us for more real-life moments and meaningful lessons. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. On December 22nd, 2022, in Newton County, Georgia, USA, troopers received word that a stolen BMW X5 was heading east on Interstate 20. The quiet highway quickly became the stage for a high-stakes pursuit.
Going, taking off, 1080.
As units closed in, the driver, later identified as William Dixon, at first appeared to comply, pulling onto the shoulder. But as soon as an officer stepped out, Dixon sped off again, weaving dangerously through traffic.
Step by. Show me your goddamn hands now! Show me your fucking hands!
Troopers pursued into a rest area, but Dixon refused to give up, accelerating back toward the interstate. That's when officers executed a precise pit maneuver, forcing the BMW into a controlled spin and pinning it safely against a guardrail. The tension broke. The chase was over.
Thanks for pulling around here at the vehicle stop.
Let's get commands! Get him out! Hands out the window! Hands up!
Dixon was safely taken into custody. Fingerprints confirmed his identity, and he now faces multiple charges while being held at the county jail. This case reminds us, attempts to outrun responsibility may bring a few moments of speed, but never true freedom.
Monroe Unit arrived at the vehicle stop.
Monroe 1095, go 1039, start 315 for a pit.
I believe there's a clear with the car in a rest area. I'll be around there, and I'll give you an update once I get 1023.
On May 14th, 2022, in Atlanta, Georgia, USA, state troopers joined Smyrna police in pursuit of a fleeing vehicle traveling southbound on Interstate 7585. The chase quickly escalated as speeds climbed well over 130 miles per hour.
Coming up on Central Ave in Hayfield.
Man, I messed up.
Central Ave in Hayfield. Located at 1050.
Damn. Come on now.
The driver swerved dangerously across lanes, ignoring repeated attempts to stop. Each failed pit maneuver added to the suspense as flashing lights cut through the night and engines roared down the highway.
GW Grand. Looks like you might crash. Yep. If you're staying on 75 south, coming up on Georgia, you crash. Staying on 75 south.
As the chase crossed into Clayton County, another trooper joined. Near GA 54, a precise pit finally spun the suspect's car off the roadway, slamming against a wall before coming to rest at the median. The high-speed drama had reached its breaking point.
Pit.
Copy pit.
A felony stop was conducted, and both occupants were safely taken into custody without further resistance. Charges were handled by Smyrna police. This case highlights a hard truth. No matter how fast you go, reckless choices only accelerate the road to consequences. On December 13, 2024, at 3:04 a.m., in Little Rock, Arkansas, USA, a trooper spotted a dark sedan racing northbound on Interstate 430. Radar confirmed speeds of 110 miles per hour in a 65 zone, then rising to 130 miles per hour as the driver pushed harder into the night. As lights and sirens activated, the driver killed the headlights, hoping darkness could cloak his escape. For miles, the trooper pressed on, every curve on the highway a reminder of how fragile safety can be at such speeds.
Channel 14.
Finally, on an I-630 ramp, the vehicle came to a sudden stop. A felony stop was conducted, and the driver, identified as Keelan Shorter, was detained without further incident. The long chase had ended, not with a crash, but with compliance at last.
Getting on 630 on the ramp. It's a maroon Toyota Camry, Tim tags. Driver, get out of the car!
Shorter was transported to the Pulaski County Jail, facing charges including fleeing, reckless driving, speeding, and driving with a suspended license. The passengers were released without charges. This case underscores a timeless truth. Speed may thrill in the moment, but it cannot outrun responsibility. Stay with us for more real-life moments and meaningful lessons. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on
Yeah, you
notifications.
just turn your lights off, bro. I'm not stupid.
On December 31st, 2021, just after 1 a.m. in Savannah, Georgia, USA, a state trooper noticed a black Lexus speeding through a red light on Durant Avenue. What began as a simple traffic violation quickly escalated into a dangerous pursuit through city streets. The Lexus swerved through neighborhoods, running stop signs, hitting curbs, and reaching speeds over 100 miles per hour. The silence of the night was broken by sirens, tires screeching, and the uncertainty of what could happen next.
Roll over 1050 with a pedestrian, rolled over.
The chase ended violently when the Lexus collided with another car and overturned several times before landing upside down in a vacant lot. In that split second, the driver's reckless decisions had written a scene of chaos. The driver, identified as Jacory Rivers, survived the crash. Officers discovered over $20,000 in cash and a firearm inside the vehicle. Rivers, a convicted felon, was taken into custody and faced multiple charges. This case stands as a sobering reminder. Speed and defiance may feel like escape in the moment, but they often end in shattered metal and shattered lives.
Just gonna stop you from running the red light.
4168, corrected all units, 1039.
You got anything that's gonna poke the signal?
Nobody else.
Cleveland Avenue exit. He is keeping straight across the intersection. He's 1050 with another vehicle.
On November 20th, 2020, at 9:58 a.m. in Atlanta, Georgia, USA, a patrol officer noticed a vehicle ignoring traffic signals and failing to use turn signals. What seemed minor at first soon turned into a dangerous chase.
999 Atlanta 1038.
The driver refused to stop, weaving through neighborhoods and highways, sometimes even driving the wrong way on I-85. Sirens echoed as the patrol car attempted multiple pit maneuvers, but each time the suspect escaped, prolonging the tension.
999 Atlanta 1080.
Vehicles driving the wrong way in Interstate 85.
The chase only ended when the suspect's car became too damaged to continue, finally stalling on Springdale Road. With weapons drawn, officers issued firm commands, bringing the exhausting pursuit to a halt.
Cleveland Avenue exit. He is keeping straight across the intersection. He's 1050 with another vehicle.
The driver, identified as Edward Lee Brown Jr., was taken into custody without further incident. He was medically cleared and transferred to detention. This episode reminds us that fleeing only multiplies the risks for the driver, the officers, and every innocent soul sharing the road. One evening in Michigan, USA, police received a broadcast about a gold Jeep linked to retail fraud and an earlier assault on officers in Utica. The suspect vehicle had rammed police cars before and was last seen speeding along 32 Mile Road.
David 0372.
A deputy soon spotted the Jeep on 32 Mile Road. Waiting for backup, he trailed the vehicle, but the suspect suddenly accelerated, swerving into oncoming lanes and putting other drivers at risk.
He's out, he's lit.
Sirens blared as the pursuit intensified. The suspect refused to yield, weaving recklessly through traffic. For every second he kept running, the danger to the community grew heavier.
Through the storage yard here, I'm going to check on the passenger.
Eventually, the driver, identified as Joseph Lee Jackson, was stopped and taken into custody. He faced charges including fleeing, resisting officers, and driving with a suspended license. The case is a sharp reminder that running from the law may feel like escape, but it always narrows into a dead end. Stay with us for more real-life moments and meaningful lessons. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.
2161 from 20.
On November 20th, 2020, in Faulkner County, Arkansas, USA, police were alerted to a black Chevrolet Traverse speeding dangerously on Interstate 40 East. Witnesses reported the driver, later identified as Christina Teague, waving a handgun out the window. A trooper soon spotted the vehicle and attempted to pull it over. At first, Teague slowed, but then suddenly accelerated past 100 miles per hour. The flashing lights and sirens were clear, yet she chose defiance over compliance. Twice, the trooper attempted a tactical vehicle intervention, but each time Teague braked abruptly, throwing the chase into uncertainty. Finally, she stopped in the middle of the interstate, stepped out of her car, and stood still, refusing to follow commands.
Walk backwards! Walk backwards! Walk backwards! Walk backwards! Walk backwards!
With great caution, officers moved in and safely placed her under arrest. A black Bersa .380 handgun was recovered from the driver's floorboard, matching what witnesses had seen. Teague now faces multiple charges. The night left a chilling reminder: speed and recklessness may feel powerful for a moment, but the law always catches up. On July 20th, 2024, at 11:36 p.m., in West Memphis, Arkansas, USA, state troopers pursued a black Ford Mustang reported for reckless driving and nearly causing collisions. The car raced through Broadway Boulevard and MLK Drive at speeds over 100 miles per hour, ignoring the safety of everyone around. The chase stretched onto the I-55 service road. With each turn, the driver seemed determined to outrun the law, even as danger loomed over every pedestrian and vehicle nearby. As the Mustang neared a crowded intersection, troopers executed a precise tactical maneuver, forcing the vehicle to a stop. Both occupants bolted into a dark field, but the silence of night could not shield them from the searchlights of justice.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Both suspects, 23-year-old Kylon Cunningham and 23-year-old Trayvon Burnett, were quickly located and arrested. Inside the car, troopers found a stolen handgun, multiple car key fobs, and illegal substances. The message was clear: fleeing may seem bold, but consequences are always waiting at the finish line.
Or if we can get a dog down the parking lot so I can walk in there to get easier.
I'm here. I just got a different tag on the way it was.
On a pursuit along Interstate 555, Arkansas, USA, officers chased a fleeing vehicle speeding over 100 miles per hour, weaving recklessly between cars and even using the shoulder to pass. Each move felt like a gamble with lives on the highway.
Passing under the Harrisburg exit, 110. Light traffic. Passing on the shoulder. Speed to 100. Coming up to the Southwest Drive exit.
The suspect exited onto Southwest Drive, then Alexander Drive, still pushing the limits.
110.
Officers closed in, tension mounting with the roar of engines.
On Alexander, stand by for direction.
On Alexander, stand by for direction. TVI, Southwest Alexander, TVI.
At the intersection, an officer executed a tactical vehicle intervention. The suspect's escape ended abruptly, metal scraping on asphalt, a sudden full stop to the chaos.
Roll your window down! Crawl out of the car to me right now! Get out of the fucking car! I'll kill you right now! Get out of the fucking car! Get out of the car!
That way. I was shot 14.
Climb out of the car! It doesn't matter! Get out of the car!
The driver refused commands, was pulled from the car, and taken into custody. Bags of marijuana were recovered along the route. The suspect now faces felony fleeing and multiple charges. A reckless sprint for freedom ended only in handcuffs, a sharp reminder that speed can destroy futures. Stay with us for more real-life moments and meaningful lessons. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.
Okay, we go.
On February 23, 2025, at 9:33 p.m. in Little Rock, Arkansas, USA, a trooper clocked a gray Corvette speeding at 92 miles per hour in a 60 zone. The sports car weaved recklessly through traffic, refusing to stop, the night suddenly filled with flashing lights and urgency. The driver exited onto city streets, running red lights, nearly crashing at an intersection. Officers lost sight more than once, but technology and coordination with city cameras helped track the Corvette's path.
Traffic light. Right traffic. What's the speed?
At 10:03 p.m., another trooper re-engaged the pursuit. Moments later, the Corvette crashed, the chase ending in screeching tires and twisted metal.
He's wrecking out right now.
The driver, identified as Jorge Rubio of Tennessee, was taken to the hospital, then booked into jail. He now faces multiple charges, from felony fleeing to speeding and traffic violations. A night of reckless thrill-seeking ended with shattered glass and a hard lesson on the cost of defiance. On January 5th, 2022, at 10:31 a.m. in Atlanta, Georgia, USA, a state trooper spotted a silver Cadillac speeding at 88 miles per hour in a 60 zone. When lights and sirens came on, the driver at first slowed, then suddenly accelerated, refusing to stop.
We're going to be stopping on MLK before Brownlee Road, next to the Popeyes.
The chase swept onto city streets, red lights ignored, wrong lanes taken, speed overwhelming every corner. Workers and drivers nearby felt the rush of danger passing within inches. At Bolton Road, the Cadillac lost control, colliding with another car before grinding to a halt. Even then, the driver tried to move forward, gears grinding, the car lurching desperately. Officers used their patrol vehicle to pin it in place.
787 Atlanta, 1 gun point. Just trying to move. Still in the vehicle. He's reaching around, blackmail.
Hey, get out of the passenger door!
The driver, 34-year-old Antoine Pierce, resisted but was finally handcuffed. Inside the car, police found narcotics, packaging tools, cash, and a loaded revolver. Pierce, a convicted felon, was taken into custody. What began as a traffic stop revealed a deeper story, one of choices that turned the open road into a path toward prison.
Just told you so many crimes was going on,
I got
man.
it. You got it?
Stupid fuck, I just told you. I should have knocked your bitch ass out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we got lots of time together, okay? We're gonna figure it out.
On April 22nd, 2022, in Atlanta, Georgia, USA, troopers responded to reports of dangerous street racing near Cascade Road. A black Infiniti was spotted doing reckless stunts, headlights off, weaving in the dark. When officers attempted to stop, the driver fled at high speed, ignoring stop signs and nearly crashing on sharp turns. The chase thundered through the neighborhood. Every engine wore echoing danger. A pit maneuver ended the pursuit, metal grinding against concrete, airbags exploding, the Infiniti spun out. The driver, Kendall Martin, leapt from the wreck and ran on foot, only to be brought down by a taser in the grass.
Alright, pit.
10-22,
Driver's running. Troopers behind him. He's gonna be running behind. Stand by.
10-4, trying to call 10-3 Phoenix, 10-3, 10-33.
3 teenage passengers, all 15, were safely released to their parents. Martin was treated for minor injuries, then booked into jail. What began as a thrill ride ended with handcuffs and a sobering reminder that risky choices can scar young lives too.
And we're gonna be at
Stay
the
with us for more real-life moments and meaningful lessons.
but it's gonna
Don't
be right
forget
at
to
the
subscribe
intersection.
and turn on notifications.
That unit, you can make a left on the west part. You'll see.
Well, we're spring on 1037.
On October 22nd, 2025, at about 8:03 p.m. in Springdale, Arkansas, USA, officers conducted a routine traffic stop on a Jaguar sedan traveling along State Highway 265. At first, it seemed like any other night patrol, until the driver made a sudden choice that changed everything.
We're gonna make sure he don't take off.
Y'all may go.
As officers approached, the vehicle suddenly accelerated, fleeing into the night. Red and blue lights cut through the darkness as the pursuit began. The driver pushed the limits, but the officer's calm precision told a different story, one about control, not chaos.
Well, we're spring on 1037 standby.
Head, what trunk?
After a brief pursuit, officers performed a tactical vehicle intervention, a maneuver designed to safely stop fleeing vehicles. The Jaguar spun, then came to a halt. The driver, identified as Steve Cooper, complied immediately and surrendered without resistance.
Shut the car off! Shut it off! Shut the car off! Open the door with your left hand and keep your hands back up after that. Unbuckle your seatbelt and face away from me. Can you see his hands? I got him. He's still good, he's still good. Face away from me. Face away from me. Back up.
A search of the vehicle revealed a small plastic bag containing a crystalline substance, believed to be narcotics. Cooper was cited for misdemeanor fleeing and scheduled to appear in court. That night, calmness prevailed over chaos, proof that training, discipline, and restraint can end danger before it grows.
Why'd you do that?
Yeah, you got it. 150%, buddy. 21.
On August 16, 2022, around 2:45 a.m. in Little Rock, Arkansas, USA, state troopers joined local police in pursuit of a vehicle reported stolen earlier that night. The empty streets echoed with sirens, the kind of sound that signals something serious is unfolding.
Michigan on 30 going westbound, speed 55 per hour, engine would be, wrong traffic. Bad day, I ain't too over PQ.
The chase raced down Interstate 30, with the driver weaving recklessly through construction zones, ignoring every warning. Officers tried multiple safe maneuvers to stop the car, but each time, the driver swerved away as if running from more than just the law. As the car entered a new construction area, officers found a brief window of opportunity. A tactical maneuver was performed, spinning the fleeing vehicle into a concrete barrier. The chase came to a violent halt, but the story wasn't over yet. The driver tried to run, only to be met by officers waiting nearby.
Car 16, and it's a successful pit.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Do it now! Show me your hands! Let me see your hands! Show me your hands, both of you! Driver's trying to get out and flee! Driver's fixing to flee!
Both the driver and the passenger were taken into custody without further resistance. The driver faced multiple charges, including fleeing and resisting arrest. That night served as a lesson on how every choice behind the wheel carries weight, not just for one person, but for everyone sharing the road.
Put your hands back again. I am.
On January 10th, 2024, along Interstate 40 in Arkansas, USA, a trooper noticed a black Dodge Charger speeding at 95 miles per hour in a 75 zone. What began as a simple traffic stop soon turned into a high-stakes encounter on the dark highway.
Highway 365, just turn on landing.
When the officer signaled the car to pull over, the driver appeared to comply, then suddenly turned and sped away. The tires screeched, the engine roared, and in that instant, adrenaline took over the quiet road. The pursuit was on. The suspect weaved through narrow lanes, even reversing toward the patrol car in a desperate attempt to escape. The officer made a split-second decision, a tactical maneuver that pushed the Charger off the road and into a muddy ditch. The car finally stopped, its tires spinning helplessly in the dirt.
Put your hands on the roof! Turn it off! Don't do it! Turn it off! Turn it off! Now! Turn it off! Keep your hands right still! Turn it off now! I'll rain you!
We're looking at 1.5 miles at 0 on Warren Planning and Range Drive.
6
The driver, identified as Kieran Jones, was taken into custody without further resistance. Inside the car, officers discovered substances suspected to be narcotics, along with a stolen firearm and reprogramming devices. That night, under the dim glow of the patrol lights, another reminder was written into the road that running from accountability only leads to deeper consequences.
Put the phone down! Face down! Face down!
I ain't do nothing.
Face down on the ground now! Face on the ground!
I didn't do nothing.
Man, do not move!
I'm not.
Sir, I didn't do. Put your hands on the hood of that car. This is outrageous. I haven't did
Ma'am,
anything.
put your hands on the car. Do not move.
I'm not gonna move.
haven't did anything, sir. What was this for? What was this for, sir?
On November 28, 2023, at around 4:26 p.m. on Interstate 40 near the Hernando de Soto Bridge in Arkansas, USA, Trooper Garrett Bird was heading toward a welfare call when a white Chevrolet Impala sped past him at over 90 miles per hour. In an instant, his mission changed from checking on someone's safety to stopping a reckless driver endangering others. As Trooper Bird activated his lights and siren, the Impala continued weaving through lanes, showing no sign of stopping. The driver's window was down, their eyes briefly met through the mirror. In that moment, it became clear this wasn't just speeding. This was a decision to run.
TBI on the bridge. TBI.
The chase reached the bridge, with the Impala weaving between vehicles at more than 100 miles per hour. Knowing other officers were nearby, Bird saw one chance to end it safely. He performed a precise tactical maneuver, causing the vehicle to spin and hit the divider before coming to rest.
Turn around. Turn around. Walk back to me. Don't reach. Keep your hands on your head. Keep your hands on your head. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
If you move, stay on it.
Don't move, man.
Look,
Just don't move.
I'm taking my shit out. Ain't nothing on me. I got a beer in the car. That's all.
You got a what in the car?
A beer?
Yeah, he's drunk.
The driver, identified as Michael Marquis McCall, was taken into custody. Officers noticed signs of alcohol use, and tests confirmed impairment. Inside the car, they found an open container of beer. McCall faced multiple charges, including reckless driving and fleeing. That evening, as the sun set over the bridge, it was another reminder that one moment of poor judgment can turn an open road into a crossroads of fate. Stay with us for more real-life moments and meaningful lessons. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.
Ain't nobody gonna shoot you. You're good.
No, they got time to
When you was reaching, I didn't know.
No.
You gotta understand, I don't know why you're running. You might be killed.
On October 20th, 2023, at about 6:23 p.m. in Crittenden County, Arkansas, USA, a trooper stationed near a way station noticed a black Dodge Journey speeding at 91 miles per hour in a 65 zone. What seemed like a routine stop would soon turn into a race between impulse and consequence. When the trooper activated his lights, the driver appeared to slow down, then suddenly accelerated again, turning off the main road in an attempt to escape. The tires screeched as the car veered up an embankment, the sunset glinting off the flashing lights that followed close behind.
Tennessee boy, Queen, John, 120. We're gonna be 10:30.
The officer executed a controlled tactical stop, sending the Dodge off the road and into the grass. The driver jumped out and ran, but the trooper used his taser to safely end the pursuit. The moment was tense, but calm professionalism prevailed.
TBI.
Get on the ground! 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 Get on the ground!
Paramedics arrived soon after to evaluate the suspect, who was later transported for further medical checks before being booked into custody. The driver now faces several traffic-related charges. That evening, under the orange sky of Arkansas, another reminder echoed: the road is never just a path of speed, but a test of choices. On October 24, 2025, at around 1:19 p.m. in Little Rock, Arkansas, USA, authorities were alerted that a green Jeep had just been unlawfully taken from a hospital parking lot. A firearm was reportedly inside the vehicle at the time.
Right now it's going to be 1063.
The vehicle was tracked speeding down the highway at over 85 miles per hour. When an officer tried to stop it, the driver shook her head, refusing to pull over. What followed was a high-speed chase that put many lives at risk.
134.
TBI. Roll over. Roll over. Start 1016.
The officer performed a tactical maneuver to stop the Jeep. The vehicle lost control, overturned, and came to rest off the road. The driver, identified as Paige Flood, was ejected and found unresponsive in the grass.
4.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
Emergency crews arrived quickly and transported her to the hospital. The firearm was recovered from the vehicle. Flood, who had a suspended license, now faces multiple charges. A reckless moment left behind a trail of damage and a reminder of how fast things can spiral out of control.
We have 1016 on the way. Yeah, it's a stolen vehicle. I appreciate it. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
On October 23, 2025, at 4:22 a.m. in Little Rock, Arkansas, USA, a patrol officer noticed an older pickup speeding at nearly 90 miles per hour in a 60 miles per hour zone. The driver's erratic behavior quickly raised red flags.
He's doing 90 now. Speeding up on me.
Good.
1037. North on Mississippi, just blacked out. Be coming up to Missouri.
The vehicle ignored signals to stop and began weaving dangerously through city streets. Officers activated lights and sirens, but the driver continued, attempting to shake them off with sudden turns and curb hopping.
I'm not really sure what his plan is. Trying to.
Rock, that's going to be 1063.
Maybe westbound on Cantrell. TBI.
It's your hands, dude! Show me your hands!
A tactical maneuver was used to spin the vehicle around. Though it briefly stopped, the driver reversed and tried to flee again. After a second attempt to escape on foot, he was quickly caught, but still resisted arrest.
Show me your hands! Put them up! Put them up! Put your hands up! Put them up!
Hey!
Put them up! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
The driver, identified as Vernon Jones, admitted to drinking earlier. The vehicle wasn't his, had no insurance, and he was driving with a suspended license. Jones now faces multiple charges. A few moments of defiance nearly turned into disaster.
VERNON, date of birth is going to be 1979, 12/12, 79, 12/12.
Through these stories, we are reminded that every choice carries weight, and even a single moment of impulsive action can reshape a person's path. Yet behind each incident lies a deeper message about responsibility, awareness, and the importance of staying grounded when life becomes overwhelming. Our goal is to bring viewers real situations that inspire reflection and offer valuable lessons for everyday life. If you found meaning in these moments, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.